It's almost done. Welcome back, everybody, to Metroid Other M. And if you have managed to stick with me through all of the parts so far, you are worthy of seeing this game's ending. I cannot tell you how happy I am to almost be done with this. And when I say I'm almost done, I think it's the biggest insult I can give a Metroid game to say, I'm not going to 100% you. And no, I'm not going to 100% this game. It has nothing to do with, how I feel about the gameplay itself, which, while the gameplay itself is very substandard for a Metroid game, and it's pretty much par for the course for a fucking Team Ninja game, I have too many problems with this. Because Samus does nothing. So why should she 100% the fucking game? Oh, I'll do the post-credits boss. I'll do that. But I'm not going to sit through and go extend this game by another 6 or 7 parts just to 100% this mess. Samus is useless, as I said in the last part. Okay? Because she has a few jobs to do. It's not hard to do those jobs as a main character. But, the deleter, right here, James Pierce. Was it us that did it? Nope. Sure as fuck wasn't. Ridley. Redeem yourself for the shitstorm that happened in the previous cutscene with Ridley. Fight him without freaking out now that you know he's alive. Nope. Somebody else did it. Go into Sector 0. Get rid of the place that's like Turian. Nope. Adam did it. Adam gave us 3 missions after as he was making his grandiose sacrifice. Defeat Ridley, somebody else did it. Secure the safety of a survivor on the bottle ship, we don't know who that is yet. And stop the bottle ship from colliding with Galactic Federation HQ. One of those missions has already been stolen from us, and we're about to see the end result. There's green blood everywhere. Huh.
Ridley.
You have to forgive me, Sammy. I'm a little stoned over here.
What could have happened?
Oh, please, for God's sake. Half the game ago, you mentioned in Sector 2, the cryosphere, the creature showed signs of what looked like Metroid predation. I'm sorry, Ridley looks more like Metroid predation than that creature did. And it's not in a cold area, so, it's entirely possible. I have so many problems with this. Number 1. Ridley is the master of death. You know what that means? That means he feeds on biomatter to heal his wounds at an accelerated rate. He was healthy enough to escape the fight against Samus, yet he spent hours presumably just sitting there licking his wounds, sitting there useless, while something else killed him. And people are like, well, this explains the existence of Ridley in Metroid Fusion, and, how the X-Parasites can infest his Metroid husk. No, it really doesn't explain it. Because, did you need a reason why Nightmare was in Fusion? Nightmare was in Fusion because the Galactic Federation built him. Did you need a reason why Box was in Fusion? Box isn't in this game. Where's Box, that annoying sentry drone? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. Did you really care what Ridley was doing on the BSL Space Labs spaceship station? Oh, God damn it, what a clusterfuck. Did you really care what Ridley was doing on BSL? No. Maybe the Federation managed to capture him. Maybe they managed to cryo-freeze him and then put him into storage, and then they kept him in sub-zero containment so he didn't get out. Ridley wasn't a Metroid husk until after the X-Parasites infested him. We don't know. Well, we don't know what the fuck happened. But the fact of the matter is that this game came out 8 years after Fusion. You didn't need a reason why Ridley was on fucking BSL, did you? Fucking hell, this game robbed us of our final area and robbed us of a good final boss fight against Ridley. You know, Ridley's never been the final boss, and I'm pretty sure now that he never will be. What? Can it be? Those are Rinkas! The evil SpaghettiOs finally make an appearance in 3D. Oh my god, why the fuck are they not in the place like Turian? Why are they here? Really, why are they here and not Turian or Sector 0? The fact of the matter is that I can only assume that the developers were lazy and didn't feel like giving us a final area. Might take too much time, so let's just shove in 3 Rinka rooms, and there's your place like Turian. Fucking cop-out game. Don't give us the fucking Rinkas unless it makes sense. Put them in Sector 0. If you're gonna take out Sector 0, take out the goddamn Rinkas. Again, the game's reliance on nostalgia to try and sell it, although anybody who bought this game out of nostalgia surely dropped it a long, long time before they ever saw the fucking Rinkas. So there. Just 3 rooms with Rinkas. 3 tiny-ass little transitory rooms that you use the Seeker missiles in. And you only use the Seeker missiles just a couple of times, so I don't understand their purpose. Now, for those of you who got to this room, I'm lucky, because I saw the end of the game on a YouTube video. And if I had missed out on those YouTube videos, I probably would have spent about 10 minutes fumbling around trying to figure out where the fuck do I go. Because there really is nowhere to go. There is a locked door and a whole bunch of rooms that we can't enter. But if you look very, very closely, and look very, very, very closely, you can see the game is so narcissistic that it even gives you your own personal pixel hunt without so much as a prompt to let you know that you're on it. I guess this is the survivor that we wanted to secure. What?
No, you got it wrong.
Stay away! Stay away!
You have to calm down.
Huh? Now this is admittedly a little hard to see the opening, but you kind of just follow the opening that's on your map, I guess. Whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nostalgia Boss number 3.
Wait. Metroid eggs.
What?
It can't be.
There's only one thing that can lay Metroid eggs. But those things can only occur on SR388. That's right, folks. The final boss from Metroid 2, Return of Samus. With its own kind of cool final boss theme. But you know what? I get a better final boss theme for this. Yep. The game gives us a Metroid Queen, even though Metroid Queens can only occur on SR388 because the environment of SR388 is the only kind that Metroids can actually evolve past the larval stage. At least that was an element introduced previously in the Metroid series, but we'll just assume that Sector 0 was in fact an SR388 replica, and goddamn, fucking Metroids. Metroids, believe it or not, are freezable. Unfortunately, because of how the game works, and its complete insistence on using the sense move, your only means of destroying them, or actually freezing them, I should say, is use your sense move to get out of the way. Otherwise, if you don't use your sense move when firing your ice beam, they'll just kind of dodge out of the way. And luckily, Metroids don't really do a whole lot of damage when they drain you, but it's still really annoying. They decided to give you Metroids and the Metroid Queen fight all at once, although, again, why a Metroid Queen or any Metroid stage after the larval stage occurs in this game, I don't know. But now, Stage 2. Mommy's very angry. So, the Metroid Queen, I guess, is okay. It makes use of the Seeker Missile, which is something that I can't say about any other point of combat in this game. But it's easy. It is ridiculously easy, because all you do is Seeker Missile, space jump over the flame attack, and I'm curious. Nope. Despite that very glaring weakness available, and the fact that this is a pretty secure room, there are no... Holy shit, that was a lot of damage! Where the fuck did that come from? Wow! I never thought that you did that much damage when you hit me. But anyways... That's it? Nah, wait, I'm just trolling you. The gigantic zit at the bottom of your body looks like it's about to just explode.
This facility will intercept Galactic Federation orbit in approximately 30 seconds.
30 seconds? That's not enough time to...
Intercept Galactic Federation orbit in approximately 30 seconds.
That's not enough time to do what Adam told us to do. Sam, I think the time to flash back to your dudes and dudettes sacrifice is not now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
That's right. Concentrate your shit back, Samus. This is all cutscene. I'm not...
Warning. Emergency brakes engaged. Brace for impact.
What?
Warning. Emergency brakes engaged. Brace.
There goes another one of our missions. Stop the bottle ship before it impacts. Emergency brakes. Thank you, game. Okay, at the very least we can kill this sad excuse of a fucking Jurassic Park Metroid reject. Do ass loads of damage to this bitch. Alright. Grapple beam. Now, anybody who remembers Metroid 2 remembers that you plant bombs. Plant those bombs. Plant those bombs. Plant those bombs and win. Bullshit! What the fuck happened? As if it's not obvious, I did that on purpose. Guess what? Guess what the fuck just happened? I'll give you one guess what you're supposed to do. You remember what I tried to do earlier in this fight? And because it wasn't authorized earlier, Samus decides to self-authorize. And again, I fucked up. God. It's hard to time it because I held the button down and, you know, whatever. I'm not going to make excuses like a certain dark side fail. But anyways, this is one excuse of the game not telling you what the fuck to do that is bullshit. Because you start off, you do a little damage to the Metroid Queen's stomach. You go inside using the grapple beam. That's fine and dandy. And then you set yourself up with a power bomb. You're supposed to use power bombs. How you're supposed to know that, I don't know. The first time I died intentionally, the second time it's just I had so little energy. But that's it. Power bombs automatically self-authorized without so much as a word. Thanks, game! Okay, let's just secure the fucking survivor's safety. Because a woman saving a woman is the only thing that Samus can accomplish. Thanks, Sakamoto. Thanks a whole hell of a lot. Yes, that's right, you can't catch up to a woman. A square-ass scientist woman running around with your speed booster, Samus. Even in the small gameplay sections, this game finds new and innovative ways to fuck up.
Don't come any closer.
Okay, Sammy.
Don't come any closer. Stay away from me.
Easy. I won't come any closer until you say so.
Freezer!
My name is Samus. I'm an independent bounty hunter.
Independent.
I know the situation here and I know how you must feel. I'm here to secure your safety.
Well, that was surely convincing. That would convince anybody scared for their lives. Okay, fine. Now who the hell are you?
What's your role at this facility?
I'm responsible for all operations. My name is Madeline Bergman.
What?
Wait a minute. I met another woman who called herself Madeline Bergman. What's going on here?
Well, there's her credentials.
What you met was MB.
What?
Android. She was created with the intellectual data of Mother Brain and consequently developed Mother Brain's consciousness as well.
What? The Federation's foolish plan. Mother Brain's rampage.
Yes. Repeated.
Everything that happened here was just as Madeline, or rather MB, had told me. The person who sabotaged the system to stop MB's rampage and sent out the distress call had to be the person standing before me. It had to be Madeline Bergman.
MB was the artificial intelligence originally developed to regenerate and control space pirate special forces.
Can I ask one
Because we wanted it to control these special forces
simple question?
successfully, we were forced to model its infrastructure after Mother Brain.
One simple
MB
question.
didn't have a human form.
This is the game's ending,
We started to
folks.
see the viability of creating Metroid clones. Once we did, MB
The ending has
assumed
begun.
current shape.
The purpose of an ending
Why?
is to solve plot points that were introduced earlier.
To recognize MB as its mother, she had to take on the form of a living thing. With that as our theoretical basis, we were able to create the ideal relationship with the Metroid. One that wasn't based on dominance or control.
I remember the
This
day
is
you
introducing
attacked
whole
me
different plot twists at the very end.
When it attacked Mother Brain in order to save me, that was the result of the kind of ideal relationship they were trying to develop with MB.
Which is why we modeled it after a
They found the
short-ass,
perfect means of
blonde,
control and started
weak-ass
propagating
hussy.
Metroids in Sector 0.
Just like Samus.
At the same time, they were conducting genetic manipulation experiments to create unfreezable Metroids. Apparently, the Queen I met earlier was the first of these propagated Metroids to mature.
Really? Because it was laying...
Her as a control specimen, so they had left her genes unaltered.
Okay, that explains why you're able to freeze those Metroids, I guess.
The fact that she'd grow into a queen was something not even Madeline and her team could have...
The fact that she grew into a queen is completely impossible because Metroid's home is on SR-388, and that's the only environment where they can evolve past the larval stage.
She excelled. As an interface between us and them, her skills with personal interaction humanized her to a great extent.
If my theory is correct, this is going to be a groundbreaking multi-system.
But yes,
Her confidence was unwavering. And
let's
her
model
ability to
something
learn was greater than
after
we'd expected.
Mother Brain, a Chozo creation that went rogue. And if anybody knows anything about the Galactic Federation by now, you know that they fuck up routinely in their attempts to replicate Chozo technology, just like the space pirates. So what makes you think that you would succeed where the Chozo failed?
It's possible that her interactions with the Metroids brought it about, but we don't know for sure.
The newly hatched infant took to her like his mother. And perhaps at that moment, MB began to develop a soul.
It all makes sense. It was at that moment at the end of Metroid
It
2
was all conjecture,
that Samus
but the idea wouldn't
developed
leave my
uselessness.
And that was when we decided to alter her AI program.
A human-like existence, but one without feelings. To make MB less than human, the researchers had to deny her that consciousness. I knew this. But in my heart, I felt sympathy for MB.
Why? It went on a genocidal rampage! It, not her!
On the day we were going to alter MB's program, right before my eyes, I watched her being restrained.
Stop! What are you doing to her? These orders are from above. Take her away.
Wait! She reached out to me and asked me for help, but there was nothing I could do.
Why is the game introducing all of these extra characters and motivations at the end?
Caused a disturbing reaction in her. She was fixated on me.
Like a child with its mother.
Madeline had taken to calling MB Melissa. She took the initials MB and told the AI they stood for Melissa Bergman.
It looks great on you.
MB liked that name.
Aw,
It made
so
it sound like
cute.
Madeline was calling her her daughter.
Yeah, you fucked up more by making the android completely and utterly superior to any and all humans who might want to restrain her.
The facility fell into complete chaos.
This is
And
why
suffered widespread damage.
you don't put all your eggs into one motherfucking psychotic basket.
MB was trying to get revenge on the Federation Army. And on us. It's possible all humans have become the target of her hatred.
With the space pirates under her control, she was able to propagate the Metroids in Sector 0, even creating a Queen Metroid. She was well armed and planning her attack on the Galactic Federation. But Adam and I crushed her plan completely.
No, don't fool yourself, Samus. Adam was the one who crushed her plan.
Now,
You had nothing to
guess
do
where
with
she
it.
was and what she planned next.
All you've done so far is secure the safety of a survivor. That's your only mission objective that you've actually succeeded in.
Entirely focused on you and me right now.
She could be anywhere.
MB.
No, she's just right there.
Wait, MB, calm down. Please listen.
Madeline, step back!
Wow, you really are useless, Samus. You can't even keep
we were wrong.
a survivor from doing a stupid little move like this.
Over.
Madeline!
I was not wrong. The humans were foolish, and I was forced to bring judgment on them. And yet, because of you, I failed. You must understand the weight of your crime.
Look, I know you're an android and all,
Price for what you've done.
but just because you've now been revealed and as an android, There's no excuse for you sitting here talking like a blatant machine.
You will all be judged.
You will all be judged. I will speak from a script.
I won't ever fail you again. I promise. I'm so sorry. Melissa.
This is like the basic definition of Stockholm Syndrome. This psychotic android killed all of your fucking comrades and co-workers, scientists, everybody who was involved in keeping this place secure. But the Federation are the bad guys. They're the ones who were incompetent. Wow, you totally stole that from MK3. Wow, our boys in blue, late to the party. That's awfully cliche. You remember how Samus spent like 10 minutes recovering from that freeze beam? Yeah, we'll make it completely and utterly useless. You remember how it killed Maurice? Yeah, we'll make it completely and utterly useless. Why would you throw your goddamn weapon? Oh, now it all makes sense. I really have to question the idea of having all of your forces, all of your bioweapons, under the control of one singular entity. Which, again, history has shown that Mother Brain went completely rogue. And now you give it a human form so it can actually kick ass on top of, you know, cause all this chaos. Did we have a plan? There was no failsafe or anything on this? No special off switch we could use to turn the android off? No!
Madeline, stay close to me.
Oh, now you're useful. Alright, it seems that we have a final boss fight. Us against MB and all of these really fucking overly powerful alien creatures. So it's our duty to kick ass, take names, fire missiles until we got our clear shot. At the very least, this is a good final boss fight. We got it!
Stop!
Wait, what? You're about to shoot her. You shot her. What? But you're the one who shot her. Why would you? No! You shot at her. You pulled the fucking trigger. Why did you try and steal my kill? I'm the main character! You stole the kill stealer! Who the fuck are you?
Stop! Don't move!
Oh, great. This is your ending, folks.
Down over there, too. I'm getting you out of here.
This is your fantastic cinematic ending.
Samus Aran, I heard what happened. You performed admirably. You can leave the rest to us.
But I was ordered to secure the safety of the survivor.
Wait, Aran.
They're clearly going to kill this woman for all that she knows.
Happened to Commander Malkovich, and to think that his entire unit was annihilated. Truly a tragic day.
Yes, truly.
Would you agree, Aran? Sadly, with them gone, you're just an outsider.
The word he so
And given
obviously
your
chose.
unofficial status, I cannot allow you contact with the witness.
The witness that they're going to kill! Do something!
Predilection for transporting illegal cargo like infant Metroids.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Restrict your
I am totally not evil and crooked.
Time for us to go. Come on, princess.
Wait, what? Can it be?
Stop right there. Who are you?
Anthony Higgs, sir. Galactic Federation Platoon 7.
Ah!
I need to secure the safety of any survivors. Commander Malcolm.
The black man lived!
The purpose of this mission.
What?
Authorized by the chairman of the Galactic Federation. Of course.
What do you mean, the chairman?
Man, you guys made it here quick. I mean, if I hadn't stopped the engine...
Wait, you stopped the engines. And you are going to secure the safety of the survivor. Adam and Anthony did everything. Adam got rid of Sector 0. Anthony stopped the ship.
Crazy.
Anthony secured the survivor.
Can come out of something
Not Samus. The deleter was killed by somebody else. Ridley was killed by something else. Even MB was killed by something else. Samus is worthless.
Anthony was trying to be courteous to Madeline.
Are you
She was exhausted and had only just fallen asleep. She needed
serious?
She had a lot of
You're
experience
telling us
once she got
an
to
obvious thing that he already told us.
for herself and for Melissa.
Stop calling it that. It's a psychotic android.
Can't get my head around it. What a crazy mission.
Enough with the fucking crooked ass people. That mean Galactic Federation.
To himself.
Okay, that's something you take straight from a fucking book. I sigh as I complain to
What would
myself.
have happened if we hadn't been called there? Might the furious MB have attacked the Galactic Federation and brought about its utter destruction?
No, if they had no other choice in the matter,
Melissa
they would have
wasn't
nuked the
insane.
fucking place.
No. One day, a consciousness simply bloomed within her.
Oh, MB wasn't the villain after all. Then what the fuck is?
Humans called it insanity. I was the insane one. That was what Madeline muttered softly as she sank into sleep.
Dozens of people died on this ship.
Humans drove MB.
But no, it wasn't MB's
It was their
fault.
distorted perceptions
It was the
that
stupid
woke
government's
the
fault.
fledgling girl's heart. Her thought was to punish the foolish and conceited.
I hate movies
MB could not
and
be
stories
punished.
like this. Stories that are designed to bring
Melissa,
white guilt.
she was
Oh,
there.
we were the bad guys all along. I mean, if you're not gonna add any
There was vulnerability
intellect
overcome.
or anything
The Metroids
whatsoever
were
to
indestructible.
differentiate the plot,
If some fool just following orders had taken the savage creatures to those who sought them. I can't imagine what would have happened if Adam hadn't recognized the looming danger. The cost
fucking
was far
hate
too
this
great.
game. And this
Adam
constellation
had to pay with
bullshit
his life.
ending.
For me, I couldn't believe he was dead. For the first time, I questioned his choice.
And this whole anticlimactic or over-dramatic bullshit of her sitting here, oh, I'm so sad that he's gone. You know, that would have really added to the game if it didn't take place before another game that lets us know that Adam's consciousness...
I heard Adam's voice in my head.
Sakamoto, if you wanted to tell this story...
I knew in my heart that he had made the right
you should have
decision.
wrote a fucking book about it. Directed an anime about it. God knows there aren't enough freaking tropes in this game that wouldn't have made it...
I swore not to grieve his death. And for the first time, I gave him a thumbs up.
That's your character progression.
In case he was watching over me.
That's your character progression. Samus gives the thumbs down at the beginning, and now she's giving the thumbs up. And my God!
His amused expression looked as though he wanted to say something.
That amused expression that's been in the game
His face and
from
Adam
start to finish.
Together. That last smile as Adam drifted away.
I would just like to say, Samus is in some very, very large fuck me heels right now, and Anthony still towers over her. That Various suit seriously has to add at least a foot to her height. There is no... What? Because I'm worth it. Fuck this game. Fuck this game. What did I just subject myself to? I couldn't skip a single moment of it. At least when there's something laborious in Metal Gear, I can skip it anytime I want. This... I'm sorry to say, I have nothing left to say. That if you seriously are going to try to tell me that this is better than any other Metroid game in the series, well, I know one man who would. So you know what? I have taken the time, I have prepared an interview between myself and one Yoshio Sakamoto. So let's get this shit over with. Producer, director, and story. So he produced the game, he directed it, and he was responsible for the story. So let's hear words from Yoshio Sakamoto-san. If I may, I'll tell you the problem with the Metroid games you have here. It didn't require any discipline to create it. You know, you read what others had done, and you took the next step. You couldn't pin down what made the other games great, so you don't take any responsibility for this one. You stood on the shoulders of geniuses to accomplish something as fast as you could, and before you even knew what you had, you patented it and packaged it and slapped it on a plastic lunchbox, and now you're selling it. You want to sell it. Well... I've got news for you. This game is focused on flashy combat with the same overblast, finishing moves, quick charges, and overly powerful first-person only missiles. And if that's all fun to you, then you must love button mashers with very little gameplay variety. The boss fights, with a couple of exceptions, feature some of the most uninspired trash that is trivialized even further with Sense Move. All of this is on a controller that's too simple for many of the things the game expects of you, and it leads to many an awkward moment. The majority of the soundtrack is either ambient noise or a mashup of instruments that sounds like it belongs in some cheesy 80s horror movie. Nothing like the standard of excellence that the series has had in over 15 years of its music. The story, if you can call it that, is a mashup of movie cliches, plot twists that Samus doesn't solve, and are seemingly shoved in for no reason but to make a checklist of movie and action gaming tropes to follow. internal droning by Samus that couldn't hold a candle to Sarah Connor in Terminator 2, flashbacks that serve as plot spackle, cutscenes so bad yet so arrogant that you can't skip them on your first playthrough, pixel hunts that should have been part of said cutscenes, over-the-shoulder slogging around that should have been part of said cutscenes, voice acting with flat delivery by everyone involved, blatant rip-offs from Metroid Fusion up to and including the sectors and the conspiracy storyline with the Federation, without recognizing any of what made that game good. And this is all without going into Samus obeying Adam's demands of authorization, despite it being more vital to this search and rescue mission to at least have her non-offensive upgrades available, her internal blathering whose only purpose is to soak up over an hour of my time, her absolutely pathetic obsession over Adam and gaining his approval, her freakout and uselessness in the sight of Ridley until a man saves her, her complete irrelevance to the game itself, as she doesn't stop the deleter, she doesn't finish Ridley, she doesn't stop MB, she sat there and watched Adam die as we all cheered, and the fact that she's exactly the same, weak, dependent character as when she began shows there was no character resolution. So why the fuck should any of us have invested into this plot? Do any of you that love this game and defend it mindlessly from me not see the problem with any of this? You are watching what could very easily be the beginning of another hiatus for the Metroid series. It took from 94 to 2002. It took 8 years for another Metroid game to come out after Super Metroid. And for all of you who love this game to death and are unwilling to see the bullshit that the game throws, are you willing to wait until 2018 for the next Metroid game? To hopefully take the series in the right direction again? Are you? Because there is nothing here that should ever be replicated again. The button mashy experience, the shitty fucking story, the lack of a soundtrack to speak of. Tecmo and Team Ninja. Unfortunately, the game's not over yet. Well, it is.
Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the bottle ship.
But it's not.
A mission that will most likely be carried out in the next day or two. I'm heading toward the bottle ship now. I'm going to rescue something that was left there. Something that can't be replaced.
To rescue something that was left there. Is it me, Sammy? Are you coming for my stoned-ass self? Well, at the very least, every fucking thing that we could ever want is now highlighted. Every upgrade imaginable now highlighted. So you can go on your own personal collectathon. You know, what you do in before the ending of every other Metroid game, and you get some incentive, some difference based on how fast you complete it, based on how much you complete it. We'll just do all of this, and your reward will be a hard mode, which is not that hard. I can only assume it's not that hard. If the game is as easy to game, we can now use power bombs. Okay, that would have been something to tell us during the Metroid Queen fight. But now, that really was kind of lame. That was not a blast radius that was hyped up throughout the entire game as being horribly destructive. It has some minor lag on it. But that's it. That's the game. I have one more boss that I need to fight before I can say that I've truly beaten the game. And no, like I said, I'm not going to go through and waste my time and yours by 100%ing this shitty game. But I will face the real final this time boss. And thank Christ it's not something that some other character does for me. But for those of you who do not know what it is, you may be surprised to find out what it is. So if you've stuck with the series for this long, I thank you. I don't know what you were thinking when you did, but if you stuck with it this long, I thank you. And the real final episode will happen next time on Metroid Other M. This game still sucks, and if you want another game like it, you are wrong, and you need to shut the fuck up before Nintendo listens to you. Have a good day, everybody!